Hello, lovely people, and welcome back. And we are on the eve of the next installment of Harry and Meghan's documentary, and we had that amazing trailer. So, welcome back today. And if you're here for the first time, thank you for tuning in. So, I'm here with this story that has been emanating from the trailer, where, of course, the trailer is giving us a lot of juicy details on what to expect for the upcoming documentary on the 15th. So we have the first trailer where we saw the Duchess of Sussex talking about they fed negative stories about her to the British press, thereby fueling the criticism of her while protecting the rest of the royals. So that, by the way, has been latched onto by certain segments of the media who are coming out swinging to protect themselves. So, in maybe the most telling Harry and Meghan trailer yet, Bazaar says, Meghan and her lawyer and her close friends speak about the palace's alleged move to use Meghan as a shield to block other family members from being attacked by the local media. Quote, there was a real kind of war against Meghan, and I've certainly seen evidence that there was negative briefing from the palace against Harry and Meghan to suit other people's agendas, end quote. So this is Jenny Afia. So the Duchess of Sussex's friend Lucy Fraser said, quote, Meghan became the scapegoat for the palace, and so they would feed stories on her, whether they were true or not, to avoid other less favorable stories being printed, end quote. Though Harry suggested as much in the last trailer from the docu-series, seemingly saying that the palace lied, in quotes, to protect Prince William. Can you imagine that? And he also said that they also did so for Princess Kate over him and Meghan. The article goes on to say that some of the things they had spoken about were vague until now. Meghan in the teaser also spoke of the palace and said this, quote, you would just see it play out, like a story about someone in the family would pop up for a minute and they'd go, we've got to make that go away. She went on to say, quote, but there is real estate on a website homepage. There is real estate there on a newspaper front cover, and something has to be filled in there about someone royal, end quote. So Fraser added that a barrage of negative articles about the breakdown of Meghan's relationship with her father, Thomas Markle, was the final straw for the Duchess, who in 2020 decided to step away from her senior working role, with Prince Harry, of course, taking charge. So, this is all the preamble for the next volume, Volume 2, that will premiere on December the 15th. Now, all of you who are going to be watching, please write in the comment section and let me know how excited you are. I think that this is the part that we've all been looking forward to, when they're just gonna get really down into the details. The first one, I think, the first volume was just to lay this foundation of a love story that I think is gonna be the theme interwoven throughout. But now I think we're gonna get to the heart of why they step back from their senior working roles, and for Prince Harry as well to speak so candidly and say that they were willing to lie and protect his brother, Prince William. Now, up to this point, much of what they had been alleging was very vague. There was a they, and a lot of people were questioning, who is the they? Is the they the palace, courtiers? Is it the media? And I think now we're going to get to see exactly who is the source of, all of the stories that have been coming out about them. So, of course, a lot of us have had conversations. There's been a lot of speculation, but now we're going to get to hear it from the horse's mouth. And of course, as I said before, some segments of the media who are already preemptively trying to defend themselves, trying to make light of the claims of the Sussexes, or trying just to disparage them in a way or say that the things that they are saying are not true. It has been very fascinating to watch the rumor mill, or also the amount of stories that have come out basically trying to cast aspersions on what the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are alleging. And you can imagine, when you think about Prince Harry, who has grown up in that atmosphere, he knows the behind the scenes. He knows how the sausage is made. He's seen it all. He knows about the briefing from the royal household. He's seen it happen to him firsthand. We've seen it being spoken about not only by Prince Harry himself, but other people who've covered the royal family. Penny Jr. and a couple of others over the years have talked about how some members of the royal family, or their households to be more exact, were briefing even against fellow members. That's not new. So I don't think they can pretend that kind of stuff doesn't go on. And I've said it once, I've said it again. Sometimes all of the constant flow of information, it lends itself to the fact that, it has to be having a source. How many times have we heard a story start off with sources? How many articles have we read where they said an unnamed source has given a story about so-and-so? And especially now as we talk about Prince Harry and Meghan, just think about all the articles or all of the books, or just different kind of publications out there that have had an unnamed source, a palace source, as the foundation of a story, especially now as we talk about the negative barrage of articles and stories that have been coming out about the Duke and especially the Duchess of Sussex. We're gonna get to know so much more because someone who has seen it all, Prince Harry, he has lived in that environment. He knows how the game, quote, is played, and he said he was not gonna play it. And if we have any doubt, I always want to bring us back to Dan Wootton, who himself, we heard it straight from his mouth, he said this: "Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are often the ones leaking these stories to the press," in quotes. Dan Wootton's words, and it's quite fascinating to watch him try and walk this back. He had a post in response to the trailer, and this is what he said on Twitter. Quote, "Most disgraceful propaganda yet from Netflix, Harry and Meghan. They claim the negative stories on Meghan were leaked by Palace in a smear campaign. Nope. Her bullying and behavior was so bad and widespread that reporters like me found out about it. Exclamation point." End quote. How dramatic. I mean, come on. And I love all of you in the comment section calling him out, saying, "This you, Dan," and playing back the clip where he says, basically what I've said before. He said that the royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones who have been leaking stories about them. And this was amazing. Courtesy of RS Locke on Twitter. I saw this post and it was just fascinating. So this was from Norman Baker, and this is a quote. He said this quote, "I was told, because I'm quite critical of the monarchy in many ways, I was told that I could say what I want about Harry and Meghan, but I had to lay off of William and Kate. That was the instruction from the editor," end quote. So he says that he used to write for some of these publications. He didn't say the exact one, but that was what he was told. He could say whatever he wanted about Harry and Meghan, but he had to lay off of William and Kate, end quote. This is, someone who is not in the Sussex camp. This is someone who was saying this, by the way, on GBN News. So that's just, of course, an outlet that is not normally quite favorable to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. In fact, he was kind of putting them down, but he had to put that in, just to be fair. He himself was told that. So where's the lie? Where is the lie? I'm so excited for the second part of the documentary. And by the way, as well, you could tell a lot of articles had already come out. And by the way, I'm going to add this in here. It was quite fascinating to see as well that people tried to say that the docuseries, as it came out, would be, just underperforming, underwhelming, and would be, just disparaged by the critics. It doesn't matter. Because straight up, people tuned in. Even Forbes, for some strange reason, came out with this article and said this is their headline: Harry and Meghan is going disastrously for Harry and Meghan. And they went on talking about how it had negative reviews from professional critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and how it was having angry reviews from people saying that they were disrespectful towards the monarchy, talking about how it was basically like fluff for the Duke and Duchess. And this is what's in the middle of their article, if you just bother to get through that kind of a headline. Well, they write, some positive news for Harry and Meghan. The show is apparently Netflix's biggest documentary debut ever in terms of viewership. The show had 81.55 million viewing hours after its debut on Thursday, Netflix said. More than 28 million households. 28 million, listen to that, households watched at least part of the series. And keep in mind, this is only part 1. There are 3 more episodes, they go on to say. So even they had to admit that that was good news, because people are certainly tuning in, and the project is giving them a whole new audience. They've addressed their own issues in their own words, and it's quite interesting, the power of what we see. They are also building that rapport with an audience. So whether they hate watched, whether they watched because they were fans, the episode logged an impressive viewing of over 81 million hours. Just think about that. So another feather in the cap of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex having the biggest documentary debut in the history of the streaming service. Huge numbers for Netflix. I think that's a great investment on their part. A lot of us do not agree with a lot of things that Netflix does, but in that instance, that was a great business decision. Whatever it took for them to secure that contract with the Sussexes, it's definitely paying off. So that person needs a raise, I think. So yeah, I'm so excited. Now, share your hype with me in the comment section on all of the excitement for tomorrow's episode. So thank you all for watching. I love you all so very much. And please know from the bottom of my heart, I do love these times when we get to just chat. And I want to say thank you. So before we log off, as always, I would like to give a heartfelt and special thank you to those who support this channel financially. Your support is so meaningful. And I want to give a couple of shout outs right here. A special thank you right now to you, Connie Balmer. Thank you so much for your love and your giving. Thank you. A special thank you to you, Anna M. Jackson. Thank you so very much for your constant support for this channel. In all of the avenues, I would like to say thank you. And a special thank you to you, Patricia Crenshaw. Patricia, thank you from the depth of my heart for choosing to support this channel financially. It truly does warm my heart. And a special thank you to a couple of you newer supporters of this channel. Thank you to Georgia Walker. I want to say God bless you. And Sylvia Ward. I appreciate your love and I appreciate your generosity. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And a special thank you right now to those who gave super thanks. Thank you so much to you, Rochelle Cherry. Thank you for being a supporter of this channel and also choosing to support this channel through super thanks. I really do thank you, Rochelle. God bless you. So once again, leave all your thoughts on this and share your excitement in the comment section below. I love you all so very much. Have a great day and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.